And we are joined now with Larry Miller.
No, Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller.
Yeah,
Larry.
I was like Larry because my first name is Lawrence.
Oh,
Lawrence Anthony
was it?
Miller.
Hey, that's what it is.
Lawrence Anthony Miller,
That's
but
what it
I
is.
always went by my middle name,
Oh, really?
Oh,
Anthony Miller.
that's fantastic.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I was like, man, what does this dude know me a little more than he does?
Hey, you know
We
what?
got birth
Here.
certificates
Hey,
or something?
You
You know what's
Yeah,
going on here?
Yeah.
I'm a creature of the internet, so I dig in there a little bit more.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it called like Lucky? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
So good.
Yeah, this is a great little crowd coming out here. Been around some of my ex-teammates. Natron Means.
gosh,
It's great
love
to
it.
see him.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Natron Means business.
Natron Means business.
Yeah.
Did you have a nickname when you played? Like, what was your
Man,
nickname?
they used to be right over by the end zone. It used to be Miller time. I don't know if you guys used to see
let's
that.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was a big old banner. I never did get a chance to meet the person that would bring it to the game, but I would see it every game hanging down. You know, my family would get all excited about that and everything.
That's awesome. Miller time. I like that.
Miller time is always a good time, right?
Crush a
Oh,
Brewski
yeah,
as well, too.
definitely.
Crush a Brewski. I love it.
Yeah.
5-time Pro Bowls. I mean, Miller time's a great time. So, let's talk about some of the, players that are currently in the league. Do you kind of see players that are similar to your style?
Well, it's hard to say because you have some of these fast guys besides Hill, because I think that dude is special.
Yeah.
I sit there and watch it. It's like I'm playing a John Madden game.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that guy does, But it's really hard to say because there's not too many fast guys that can catch the ball. What I can catch the ball anywhere on the field.
Yeah, right.
And everybody forgets I used to run kickoff returns too.
Love it.
First couple of years, I ran back a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I was very versatile.
Love it. And you got to be that way in the NFL, I feel, right now. You can't be a one-trick pony, right?
Man, yeah. And I'm trying to tell you, I wish I was playing now because the intimidation for receivers is gone. You're not really worried about going across the middle and worrying about a guy knocking you out.
No doubt.
And then the equipment that they wear nowadays is just crazy. I think I would have ran a 4-3, probably a 4-2-1. I did run a 4-2-7, but yeah. Yeah.
That is hypersonic.
Wasn't the combine recently 4.22?
4.22 was the record.
The record, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I think we get kind of thrown off again because I remember when I was at the combine, we had turf shoes, baggy shorts, and baggy shirts and everything. And now everything is aerodynamic, and man, these kids are fast and got bigger and stronger. But just like I said, the intimidation is out the game. I don't think Ronnie Lott, Dennis Smith, Steve Atwater back in the day, it'd be a little different for them.
100%.
So I was curious to know what kind of wide receiver do you think actually exemplifies your play style from back in the day?
Yeah.
Man, I look at let me see, that is a big time player, and only thing I can say is speed would be Hill.
Yeah.
As far as possession and catching the ball, I really like the guy from Oakland.
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams.
That guy's
Yeah.
I used to study Jerry Rice, even though I wasn't he wasn't a real fast guy, but the way he ran his routes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I say routes, because I thought at the time when I played, I ran really good routes.
Fantastic.
So,
That's huge.
So
that's it. Yeah.
I think it's a combination of a lot of these guys, I mean, I like, he's not going there, but I love Steve Smith. I wasn't his type of player, but I just like the way he played the game.
Real gritty kind of guy.
He was.
Yeah.
Gritty.
He played with a chip on his shoulder.
I love it.
So that's probably the closest thing. I've always played with a chip on my shoulder.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I have a question. So how has the game changed from when you played to now? I mean, I know we're talking about the equipment and everything like that, but as far as analytics concerns, all the above, kind of what's your take on it, how it's just evolved?
Well, we could say the analytics part of it is very different.
Right.
I'm still old school.
Yeah.
I don't think, watching the Chargers, you should be going for it on your own 18-yard line, even though it's an inch left.
We talked about that
and you got 3/4 left.
Yep.
That is a little different. But just like I said, the intimidation factor of it, you can't get hit. And another thing would be training camp.
Yeah.
Training camp is a lot different from when I played. That usually, if you ask any player during my era, the worst thing was training camp. 5 weeks. I remember my first year, we went 17 days, 2-a-days, full gear. They were hitting in 7-on-7, and they were hitting in they were hitting in team.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's crazy to think about what that would be. A 2-a-days, full pads. Now it's like, all right, you got selected days that are going to be in training camp now.
Yes.
I mean, different era. For sure. I mean, back then it was like, hey, you got an injury, put some dirt on it, get up and go. It was a great era.
It was a grind.
Yeah.
And I played 10 years. I only missed 5 games my whole career.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 10 years.
See, and that's how the game has changed. We were chatting with Natron last night, and he's like, man, I just thought, man, you're hurt. Just put some dirt on it and go.
Oh, yeah. You got to play.
I gotta
learn how to play. I mean, I done played where I had to, shoot my foot up, shoot my ribs up,
Yeah. And they don't do that now.
No. A little different. These dudes get a little Band-Aid. They out 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, 100%. Asking about the draft.
Yes.
Chargers. 5th pick right now. Anthony, you're on the clock.
Yep.
What are you thinking right now for the Chargers? I mean, keeping up with the
think
Chargers.
maybe a lineman, offensive line, defensive lineman. I think that'll fit them. I mean, they might have to get a running back.
Yep.
I think they got to fulfill that. I'm not for sure if they're going to bring back their running back. So I'm not, not really for sure.
Yeah.
But I think start off with that.
Awesome.
Maybe last question.
That was probably like.
One last question. So, what do you know about Jim Harbaugh? How are Charger fans going to see the team change with Jim Harbaugh compared to what we've seen these past few years?
It's so funny. Because I played against Harbaugh.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and I played in Pro Bowls. One of my Pro Bowls, I played with him.
Yeah.
But what I know, he's one of those guys that grits and get down. Done well at the pro level when he was with San Francisco. I think he led them to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
I think it'll be a better definitely a step up in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, a few things. I think he'll get them where the direction they need to be going.
I love that.
But we still haven't forgot, though, what I told you guys.
Anthony Miller, let's talk about Ring of Honor.
I'm very upset that they have not put me in there. When I'm seeing guys that go in that are not in the same quality that I was. You figure 6 years, 4 Pro Bowls, running back, couple kickoff returns, leading the first couple of years in the top 3 as far as kickoff return. And like I said, 6 years, 4 Pro Bowls. And as I left, I was second in catches and second in yardage for the Chargers.
That's a good point.
Let's go. Hey, Spanoses, let's talk.
You got to make this happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Anthony Miller.
it's frustrating when you're seeing guys that I know didn't do the things I did for your organization,
100%.
and you guys haven't taken care of me.
100%. And I'm all with you on that, man. And then last year, obviously, they had a couple players that they threw in the Ring of Honor.
Right.
You need to be in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I hope we can push it and get it going because I think I really deserve it.
Yep.
100%.
I'm 58. I want to be able to be there, and have my kids see this. And my mom is 81. I would love for her to see this, not from up there, but from down here.
Yep.
I like that.
Amen to that, man. Let's make that happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on with us for a minute. Yeah.
100%.
Quick little comment here. I know.
Yeah.
What you're working on now?
Audio vault is something that's going to be special. It's nothing out there. I'll give you a simple example of one of the things we do. We can be in the stadium, and you don't need any code or anything like that. You just register for it. Now, we'll say Keenan Allen catches a winning touchdown. It'll pop up. You can get a Keenan Allen jersey for 20% out, and it'll go straight to your house.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm in.
this thing, I would love for you guys to do your research. If you guys like to talk to me afterwards,
100%.
I can kind of tell you what we're doing. And it's something that once you find out, nobody's doing it.
I love it. I love it. Hey,
How do they reach out to you on this, by the way? I know we're trying to.
I have a number you can call.
Okay.
Is 844-DATA-400-00.
Yep. Excellent. Ask for Anthony Miller, man.
Anthony Miller.
All right.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, man, excited to be able to have Anthony Miller here.
100%.
You know, we're looking forward to him to be able to get into the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor
For the
needs to happen.
Chargers. He must.
Yeah, we got to
get
start
the Ring of
pushing
Honor.
it. I'm getting
Let's make that happen,
I'm getting
man.
older.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
What's wrong with this?
Let's go.
Come on, let's make it happen.
All right.
Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank
so
you. I
much.
appreciate
You
it,
are the
guys.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys have a blessed day. I
Yep.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good talking. Good talking.
Good talk.
Thank you.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll talk more. 100%.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
Let's go.
Sheesh.
Man, oh man.
What's up?
What's going
How
on?
we doing?
We got a bunch of people just joining in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
100%.
So, man, great to be able to chat with Anthony Miller, man. An absolute legend. Once again, he's a guy that absolutely needs to be in the Ring of Honor. It's kind of weird to think he's not in the Ring of Honor.
I would have thought he would have been there
I
already.
thought he was already in there, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Trip me
It's
out.
a little weird.
Trip me out. So,
So NFL Mike joined us here as well.
Just for the record, I was joking before I asked the question. But the question
but
was
it's a good
start,
question.
bench, cut. Troy Aikman, John Elway, and Stan Humphries. The man. Humphries.
Like,
So,
this
what
might be
do you
loaded.
want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that former AFC champion Stan Humphries is on the level of Troy Aikman and John Elway.
Okay, he's on the level with him. I'm gonna tell you, I like Stan. I think Stan. I had some good years with Stan. You know, I went to Pro Bowls with Stan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know, it's hard to say. I mean, these two guys were Hall of Famers, but I like Stan.
Stan's right there.
So I can't go no past that.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
We'll take that.
What is insane? You played with three really, really good
Yeah, you did.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, you did.
Like, there's players in the NFL that just never have a chance with one extremely great quarterback. That's
Well, actually,
wild.
I played with a
Yeah.
lot of great quarterbacks when I go to the Pro Bowl too.
Yeah, that's,
yeah,
that's
true.
a good point.
I got a chance
That's a
to
good point.
play
True.
with a lot of Hall of Famers, and man, coming from Pasadena, little young guy, that I never even thought I was gonna even make it to the pros. I only started my senior year in high school, so
Yeah.
you know it was a blessing for those 10 years. So that's
100%.
all I can really say about that.
100%, man. It's great to see that, man. And you had a great career. We need to see you once again in the Chargers Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Ring
Yeah.
of Honor. Let's
Ring
go.
of Honor.
Yeah, you guys better push that, push it, get in those Spanos' head. Tell them what are they thinking about.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
Actually, we should. We reach out to Jamal and have some conversation.
You know, I mean, that's what one thing I can always say for the Chargers. You know, they gave me an opportunity. You know, my
Yep.
senior year, I got hurt. I didn't really catch that many balls my senior year at University of Tennessee.
Yep.
They gave me an opportunity, and I know I kicked that door down.
Yep.
Obviously.
Take the bull by the horns, man.
Yeah, you know. And the good thing about it, if they do it, I'm from right down the street. I'm from Pasadena. I'm a homegrown buddy.
Yeah. This guy lives in Pasadena too. Over
Yeah,
here.
so you know
I'm
what
from
I'm
that area,
talking
too.
about.
Yeah.
I grew up all up and down Pasadena, Altadena.
Yeah.
You know,
man,
went to John Muir High School.
Love it.
A lot of athletes came out of there.
That's awesome.
You know, so, but you know, from a guy that little snotty nose kid that never would have thought he made the pros. You know, I feel very blessed.
That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll keep pushing it. How about we do this? Every time we have a live, Spanos, Anthony Miller.
Hey, you know what to do.
Yeah,
the
man,
Ring of
I
Honor.
don't
You know what to
understand.
do.
They had-
We're just gonna play
I
highlights.
mean, you
at the
got
beginning.
guys that's in there that deserve it, but I know I deserve it too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt. Yeah,
exactly.
man. We love to see that, man. And
Thank you.
you know,
yeah.
the thing I'll say about the Chargers, and I know you're gonna take off right now, but Chargers seem to be in the Spanos seem to be bringing back some of the guys from the past.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh is starting one way or another. You got Antonio Gates a little bit more involved, LaDainian Tomlinson, just to name a couple guys. I love seeing that they get ex-players involved a little bit more with the team. What if they were bringing you back in to be able to do some coaching?
Man, I
Wide
would-
receiver coach.
I don't know if they bring me back for coaching, but I love being around the fans and pumping up
I'd love to
everything.
see
You
that.
know, I would love to do it. any opportunity I can. I'm getting older. I'm 58.
Yeah.
Now all my kids, my last one, he's out. He's a senior in high school. And he's another Miller. He's he be looking out for him.
Well, says he playing.
Yeah, Alexander Anthony Miller. Be looking out for him. He's a senior at John Muir High School, my old high school.
Really?
Yeah. Very the future, I'm telling you.
Yeah, let's go.
Because he's way ahead of me when I was in high school.
That's
Love
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
Is he committed anywhere to college yet?
Not committed. He was only 17 years old as a senior.
Okay.
Wow.
He started his freshman year as a 13-year-old.
Let's go.
They end up starting him early, So what I'm pushing to do is kind of hold him back a year, let him get faster and stronger. He's already benching 225. He's 5'11", 160 pounds, but he's still growing.
Love it. Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
You're 5'11" at that age. You're gonna be 6'3".
What are you feeding? Yeah, no doubt.
What are you feeding?
No doubt.
Man,
All kinds
the
of
food
protein,
that
I
they
guess,
eat
huh?
nowadays. I think all these kids are huge, man. I go in there, and these kids are huge in high school.
Yeah.
And what they're starting to do now are holdbacks.
Yeah.
They got holdbacks, they got double holdbacks, and these kids are coming in as freshmen, only 16 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a little different from when I grew up.
Love it, man.
That's
We
awesome.
appreciate you jumping back
Thank you.
over here, Anthony, man. I know you got a lot on your schedule today. This is a great event. We are appreciating that you're here.
Man,
Thank you
whenever
so
you
much.
guys want me to come out and say something, just give me a
Please.
holler, and I'll
Absolutely.
be there.
Oh, man, we got a special guest here, guys.
Special
He's
guest,
our guy.
special guest.
Number 20. Number 20, guys.
Best
Remember
ever,
the
best
story I
ever.
told you guys earlier.
Yep.
This guy's got my original Natron Means jersey.
No, that's not true.
He stole it from me.
It's unproven.
He
It's
stole it from
unproven.
me.
Unproven.
It's in
Unproven.
his closet. And I found out about that on the drive over here that he's got my original jersey.
Hey,
Of
prove it, though,
Natron
prove it.
Means.
Of Natron Means.
Let's go.
So how you been, Natron?
I've been well, man.
Yeah.
I've been well. Yeah, having a good time. The energy in this place is electric, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's excited. Everybody's hyped up. So I'm in a good mood, man. They've definitely lifted my spirits.
Love it.
I love it, man.
Love it, man.
Well, I enjoyed our conversation with you last night. It was great hearing you talk about football and everything, how the game has changed.
Yeah.
So you're a running backs coach at UNC now.
Okay, so I'm an offensive analyst. I'm in the running back room, so technically I'm the assistant running backs coach. But
Okay.
that's my current role. Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
Love
So
it.
how's the game changed? I mean, for the people watching, how has the game changed now from when you played to now?
Obviously the core of football is never going to change. There's always going to be hitting and tackling at the end. Right?
100%.
There's going to be contact and there's going to be a physicality to the game. But what has definitely changed since I have been in school has obviously been one, the focus and the emphasis on player safety, right? To try and reduce some of the injury, the brain injury, I guess, just the overall injuries that occur in the game of football.
Uh-huh.
The introduction of NIL and transfer portal has, really made college football, kind of unrecognizable in terms of, how it was when I was a student athlete, many moons ago. But just the just the focus, the emphasis, the facilities. Just the whole landscape, has really shifted, and it's something now. The product now is something vastly different than what it was when I was in college.
Yeah, 100%.
And we talked with Anthony Miller, too.
Yep.
And he talked a little bit about the difference of the NFL now back when he was playing. He was like 2-a-days, pads
Yes.
on,
Yeah.
just heavy workload, man.
Yes.
Like now it's like, hey, you might have 2 pads on practice a week or whatnot during
Yeah,
training camp.
totally different.
Such a different thing now.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're injured, put some dirt on it. Get out there,
Yeah.
man. Like, what a different game it's been, man. But, talking to you about, let's talk about the Super Bowl team.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Memories. The
Oh, man.
memories. Like, I just bought the printing plate from the
Yep.
newspaper.
Yes.
Iconic.
Yes.
Iconic.
I did too.
Yeah, and he did too.
The two bros did it.
We bought it.
We bought it. We had to get it.
I
We
mean,
should have brought 3.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, I know,
We
yeah,
should. We
agree.
should.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, we
that
definitely
is
should have brought 3.
absolutely incredible, man.
Yeah.
And that's such an iconic picture there. What is some of your memories of the Super Bowl? Best memory. I mean,
I don't. You know what? My best memory, would probably have to be obviously when we returned from Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game after beating the Steelers, arriving at the stadium and having the stadium packed out, just that energy, just that feel was something that has even been, I haven't come close to anything like that in terms of just stadium energy. In Jacksonville, it was different. It happened in Jacksonville, but it was different in Jacksonville because, we were going to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
To climb that mountain and to get to the Super Bowl. Obviously the outcome wasn't what we wanted it to be. But at that time, where we had come from in terms of expectation at the beginning of the season to, realization at the end, that was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
That's amazing.
And that stadium was ballistic.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the videos on YouTube, and I'm like, bro, that thing was sold out.
Yeah, it was rocking. And the plate picture, right? The one that you guys purchased, that's an everlasting memory of mine as well, because Pittsburgh had a lot of activities planned, right, for when they beat us and went on to the Super Bowl. So for us to win that game when I was walking off the field, I think they just caught me kind of pointing at Steelers fans and laughing, because their season was over. So I think I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing in that shot.
That's fantastic.
You were laughing at Steelers fans?
Excuse me?
You were laughing at Steelers
Exactly,
fans?
pointing and laughing at Steelers fans because they weren't going to get to continue. And it really hurt me because I grew up a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you did.
Yeah. I grew up a Steelers fan, but it has had a lasting impression on Steelers fans because I always know when I run into a Steelers fan because the conversation starts off, Natron Means I hate you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. To this day. To this day, that's how it starts
Oh, my
off.
gosh.
That's how it starts off. Natron Means I hate you, man. I was like, let me guess.
Weekend.
Steelers fan. They're like,
Haters.
I think
That
you
is
single-handedly ruined some guys' weekends.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. That is amazing.
By
I love
yourself.
it. I love it.
But yeah, going back to then to now, the mission hasn't changed. You were part of the only Chargers Super Bowl run in history.
Yes, sir.
What do you think it's going to take for this team to take that leap? What is this team lacking that they need to make a similar run to the 95 Chargers?
Now I would preface this by saying that if I had the answer, right, I'd be sitting up there in one of the GM boxes. Right?
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in a very, very nicer office than the one that I currently have.
Yes.
But I think that the teams that are ultimately going to win the Super Bowl are going to be the ones that one either have a dynamic guy quarterback, right, have an outstanding defense, right, and obviously is a team that doesn't beat themselves, plays well, plays efficiently, and does that consistently, for the entirety of an NFL season. So, when you look at the Chargers, right, you say, okay, we've got the quarterback, right? We've got the quarterback in Herbert. I think everybody believes in him. I think there are going to be some questions as to, what's going to happen outside. Allen, has been productive and he's been a great player for the organization, but, he's getting up there. What's going to happen on the other side? You have some young guys, who are, going to need to step it up. And, that probably goes for everybody across the board in the organization. So obviously it's not going to be a simple or an easy fix. But the thing about today's NFL is, you can go from, not being that team to being a contender in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, very true.
And you have the quarterback. And when we were fortunate enough to make it to the Super Bowl, nobody anticipated that we would even come close. But, what we were able to do was, capture that momentum, right? Capture lightning in a bottle and turn it into a special season. So, those situations are always out there. And I think the Chargers are a team that, obviously if they put everything together, it could be that kind of year for them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just to ask too, the team, obviously, this is the only Super Bowl we know of, the Chargers. What made that team get the will and the ability to be able to get there? Bobby Ross being the head coach to basically the players obviously need to do the work on field.
Yeah.
What was that mentality during that time? Like that dog mentality? What was it?
I think before there was a dog mentality, the relationships amongst the players on that team was unlike any other organization, team, or situation that I've been into. It almost felt more like a college bond right? Like a college bond than it did a professional one. And, it may be because, some of the things that, we were doing, we had fun on and off the field, which I think definitely helped, but we were always together. At the end of the day, guys weren't rushing to get out of the stadium. We would stay around, we would hang out, we'd play cards. We enjoyed being around each other. And, when you talk about team, right? It's the relationships inside the locker room, right? Inside the locker room that are going to drive the boat. And I think what we had with that team was a special bond in the locker room, and I think it showed when we played.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
And that's right. That's you become brothers.
Yep.
And you become bonded. You understand each other and how you play and everything, and you try to do your best to be able to be that brother to be there to get their back when they need it. So love that. Love that.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit about the draft last night as well, too, at the Mixer. So Chargers got the 5th pick, as you know. What should the Chargers do with the 5th pick? Trade back? First pick? What's your thoughts? I know a lot of good wide receivers, a lot of good tackles.
Yeah.
All general thoughts on how we build this team further and in the draft.
If I'm put on the spot, right, I'd have to say, like I said last night, I think I've got, or at least in my mind, I've got a mentality of a, one player away, right? So, are the Chargers one player away from, from being a team, that's considered to be a serious Super Bowl contender? And when I look, at the roster, definitely some talented players, right? Definitely some talented players.
Yeah.
But, I don't see us as being one player away.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see us as being one player away. So if it was me, I would probably go back. I would probably move back, try and get more picks, right? Try and get more picks and see if we could, fill some holes that way as opposed to going all in for the one splash. I think we can get some more. I think we can get some good value out of that 5th pick.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. I every trade scenario I go with, I trade back, and then you can build. The thing that I like about this draft more than anything, great wide receivers, probably 2nd, 3rd round, tackles probably 2nd, 3rd round that can start playing really well. There's depth where we need them, which is really good for us. So glad you thought that.
And that pick's going to hold so much value probably because of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I got to ask while I have you here, my buddy, one of my best friends in this world, is a diehard Commanders fan. And I keep telling him that number 10 is the pick. You coached at UNC. Can you put his mind at ease that the Commanders are in safe hands with Drake Maye?
I'm going to tell you, whoever selects Drake Maye is going to be in safe hands. Drake is an outstanding person. He's an outstanding player. Contrary to whatever the hell Merrill Hodge was talking about, Drake is nowhere near stiff and inconsistent. But I think he's shown, over his body of work these past 2 years, that he deserves to be one of the top QBs selected in this upcoming draft. And wherever he ends up, you're going to get a dude. I mean, that's what you get with Drake. You're getting a dude. You're going to get a guy who loves football, who loves winning, who loves competing, and is not going to back down from any situation. And is going to surprise you with his athletic ability.
That's awesome. Good. That's a good answer because I keep telling him. He keeps saying, no, I want Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, all these guys. I said, no.
Yeah.
You want Drake Maye.
Yeah.
That's
Drake Maye makes sense to me.
Yeah. You want Air Drake.
Yeah. Air Drake. I like
Air
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want
boy,
Air Drake.
That's a nickname right there.
Yeah.
That's a shirt right
Well,
there.
Throw that shirt.
I want to get on those T-shirts.
He picked up the nickname Air Drake because
Air Drake.
he would, if you go back and watch some of his scrambles, he would, try to jump over guys at the end. But the coaching staff, Coach Brown, I think, shut that down real quick.
Really?
So, yeah. So when word came down that Air Drake had been grounded, that's when the nickname kind of ran.
All right.
We're going to remember that. I'll remember that.
You tell your buddy that one for sure, man.
Yeah.
For sure,
I'll send him
man.
a recording.
Well, tell me a little bit about, I know you got any foundations or anything like that, anything that you support, anything like that?
So I don't have a foundation of my own, but cancer, has been something that has touched my family, that has touched my wife's family. And, we do all we can to help out when called upon in those situations. I am not, again, currently at the helm of my foundation and actively doing things. Football takes up a lot of my time.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
Sure.
that's where our focus is. But cancer is one area where we focus our time.
Yeah, sure. It's such a horrible disease. We lost an uncle to cancer as well too. Uncle Tom, what, about a year and a half ago, something like that, right?
All right.
So yeah, definitely feel you on that.
Yes, sir.
So, no, it's been absolutely amazing having you here, man. Chatting with you last night was so much fun. Seriously,
It's surreal.
How was
It
the burrito?
No,
How
it
was
was.
the burrito
Oh
last
my
night?
God, we got to get your
Burritos.
burrito. Hey,
Yeah.
we got to get you.
I know. We got to get your burrito.
We are going after this. So if you want to join us,
Hey,
I
we
will
got
buy
you.
you a burrito.
No problem. We can get you a couple if you want. Couple to go, whatever you want, dude. We got you.
I still got to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta figure it out. Is it pork? Is it beef?
You can get chicken, pork, short rib, whatever you
Sure.
want.
Yeah,
You can get all three in one burrito. By the way.
that was the one that got my spidey
Oh, that's
senses
right.
tingling.
Yeah, you did.
The
You
short
said
rib burrito.
Short rib
Short
Yeah,
rib?
short rib burrito
Let's
got my
go.
spidey senses
Hey,
tingling.
we got to get your people together. I know your guy wants to go too, so we got to make it happen after this for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll show you the
Absolutely.
spots. We know LA. We know LA.
We know LA for sure,
Yeah.
man.
We got it.
Got it. Sounds good.
Natron, we good? You got any other
Good. Got anything
questions?
else?
Natron, man, you're the man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys having me.
He was actually the first touchdown in Chargers history in the Super Bowl ever.
There you go.
Ever.
Yeah.
And so there's this talk about trying to get this
No,
overhead view of this photo of him jumping over the pile for the first touchdown, and they're trying to get that photo to be able to create a bunch of memorabilia for
That would be
Natron
so
Means. So cool, right? Like when I saw those, I was like,
"Yep." Is that cool?
oh yeah, you're good. But
Oh, the
getting these printing plates from basically the San Diego Union Tribune,
that is so cool.
like when I saw those, I'm like, take my money.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Just
I would do the same thing.
take it. I don't care.
Yeah, and the thing about Natron Means specifically is I think he was really one of the guys that made me a Charger.
100%.
My grandpa took me to a
100%.
game, but I remember just watching the way he played, and I was like, oh my God, this guy just crushes people.
Plays like his life's on the line every
100%.
play.
And that's one thing he said last night. He didn't say earlier was that, hey man, it's gonna be hard to put me to the ground. You're gonna have to bring your absolute best, and I want to punish people when they want to try and attack me.
You would hope that's what's going to happen with this next offense.
Yep.
You're going to find dogs out there that just, hey, try to take me down. I want to see like some runs where you got 3 dudes on top of your back, still trying to hold you down, basically, get you down, and just keep those legs turning. Natron was those guys, dude. He'll just take out that corner real quick. That 180-pound corner, you're dead.
Yeah, 180-pound corner might as well just not even try. He might as well just save the brain cells. And
Think about that. How do you go after that?
Yep, 100%.
Swipe the legs. That's about it.
100%.
Swipe the legs.
I don't look like it now, but when I played in high school and I went overseas and played in Japan too, I was a little bit undersized. And I went on a couple rides where you're holding on to people's legs. I can only imagine that. Like, you could probably drag someone all the way down the field.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I have no idea how that even works. When I see dudes trying to go toe-to-toe with a guy that's 50 pounds heavier, dude, bro,
Exactly.
you're about to get lit up.
I mean, we can
You're about to
shoot
get
him up
lit
right now. I think he can hit that hole pretty good as well too.
Yeah, pat him up. Let's go.
He is still in coaching too, so he's still up to date with all the technique and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
No doubt.
And that's one thing we talked about last night too. Is like I thought to myself, he's a prototypical Jim Harbaugh guy, man. If we could have him, now we need that bruiser back.
That's what I'm saying.
Jim Harbaugh, his whole point in the offense is to just beat and crush their will.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're putting this game away. I mean, you look at how they even beat Washington. They outwilled Washington. They were mentally so tough. Didn't matter. We're coming at you. We're coming at you. And they just gave up at the end there. They gave up. And so that's the type of mental fortitude we need, and that's the guy. And it just made me think, like, man, he would just be so amazing.
I think at that position, that is somewhere where you really can set the tempo in games.
100%.
That is somewhere where Harbaugh is probably going to look to get that bruiser. And that's why I start to lean away from the Saquon Barkley talk.
Yeah,
It's like he's more of a flashy running back.
I
Yes,
agree.
he can run with power, but his best skills are in open space, one-on-one. He's going to juke someone out of their shoes. Maybe he leans more towards, like you're saying, that Gus Edwards prototype, or Donta Foreman's going to be out there as well. Someone I think is really
Or
underrated.
Henry for that matter.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
I mean,
He
that
wants
guy's a
to come.
beast, man. That guy's a gym rat beast.
I mean,
Just nuts.
And he's getting older in age and everything too. But guys, I mean, he's still one of those dudes that hard to put down, hard to be able to tackle. I mean, we were looking at some of the running backs in the combine this morning, and we're like, yo, that guy's like 6'2", 225, 230, big guys.
Looking like bodybuilders out
Yeah,
there.
big dude.
Like, this dude's a running back?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yikes. Watch out.
Yeah, I mean, all those offensive linemen too. I mean, Joe Alt was talking.
Yeah.
We listened to him quite a bit. Fuaga talked quite a bit about the Chargers. I guess he's spoken to the Chargers quite a bit. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens with all that, right? Again, the trade back scenario makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, going back to what Natron Means was saying, because bottom line, you get more picks. You can get Fuaga at 10, 12, something like that. Life is good. The right side is going to be solid. You can go left to right. Everyone kind of knew we were going to go to the left side for the most part last year because that was stronger on that side. But, yeah, I mean, it'd be really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
It's one of those positions I think they can go so many different ways. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because we could
100%.
speculate and we could say this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. Who knows? It's wide open. It could end up just being Austin Eckler next year. You know what I mean?
Right back
Which
to
I
where
wouldn't
we
be
started.
super mad about.
Yeah,
I would still be
right.
happy.
I mean, Austin's got, dual purpose. I mean,
Exactly.
Once again, he's a guy that's not far off statistically from like a McCaffrey. Like, he's very similar in that same sense. And so might be able to get him there. He might end up coming back cheaper than we think, too.
And you say what you will, there's a lot of value in guys that already are familiar with the rest of the guys in the locker room. And that's something that Austin Eckler has with a lot of guys there, especially the offensive line.
Yep.
Familiarity.
And that's a great point because what did Natron Means just say?
It takes that next level connection.
Connections. Yep. It talks about basically being brothers to each other,
Yeah.
basically being bonded to each other more or less to be able to get to that next level. So, hey, you don't want to bring in a different personality. Maybe even to say some guys like J.C. Jackson didn't bond very well with the team.
Yep.
And that's what happened. See you, bud.
It just feels like if you can find a way to hold him, that's the perfect. We're going to sign him. We're going to draft a guy, and we're going to have a 1-2 punch for 2 or 3 years, however long we sign him for.
Absolutely. Even when we were talking about with the Anthony Miller, like he was talking about, he's like, in my prime, I could have ran a 4.21. Like, that's blazing fast. And think of that, that's like in the 80s.
Did they not do the combine in the 80s?
No, it started in 85.
Oh, yeah.
So the late 80s. 86 was the first combine.
Shawn Merriman just walked in the house.
Shawn Merriman's in the house.
Yo,
he's
Shawn.
here to take our lights out.
Built up.
Merriman.
Shawn Merriman's so cool, man.
Let's go. Yeah, Shawn Merriman in the house, dude. This is so sick to see, man.
Should have brought my jersey.
Love it, dude. I know.
Should have brought it.
Is he starting with us or is he?
Hey, he might be jumping right over into us right now, guys.
Oh, shoot.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
We can start with us.
Shawn Merriman's in the house, dude. Man. Who do we have here, guys? Who do we have here? Shawn.
What's up, guys?
Merriman.
What's up, man?
Hey, welcome to the Bull Bros podcast.
Appreciate it, guys.
So, my name's Kyle.
What's up, Kyle? Good to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
James.
And then we
Mike. NFL Mike over here, man. So we're excited to have you here, man. I'm glad you just came in here too, man. 56, lights out. Did we have a funny question you wanted to ask real quick? Are you going to take the lights out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was the chat question.
Yeah. The big question was, are you in charge of the lights for this whole event right now?
As long as I ain't got to pay the bill for it, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Man, so what's new for you, Shawn? What's new in life?
Everything, man. I'm just, I'm fortunate. I got, Lights Out of Training Fight, my MMA organization. We got a big fight coming up in Long Beach, April 6th. It'll be live on my streaming app that I'm launching in April 2.
Yeah.
And it's just been cool, man, because I started training back in the mid-2000s myself. So I always had a love and passion for the sport.
Yeah.
And I still train a little bit myself with these guys to keep me, kind of keep me young.
Yeah.
But this fight's going to be massive. April 6th, you can get your information at lightsoutxf.com for tickets.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely check it out for sure. I've been meaning to go to one of those very every single time you do one, I've been really wanting to go to it, but then something else pops up. I'm like, dang, I got to handle this stuff, So yeah.
We're going every 5 or 6 weeks, so
okay,
we'll definitely catch one.
Yeah, definitely catch one.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of lights out, I was gonna ask. The crossover boxing is becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
You got your hands in on football. You got your hands in on MMA. Has there been any kind of interest in potentially putting two guys in some kind of event together, big names from the NFL?
I've been trying to work on something for a while.
Okay.
You know, the biggest thing is that not everybody's gonna have like these 10+ year careers, right? And so you got some guys retire early, 5-6 years in, and like still physically fit, like they want to compete. So at first I was doing more like this time last year, a year and a half ago, I was like trying to convince guys. Now guys hitting me up like, "Hey man, I've been boxing a little bit. You know, I think I'm ready to fight." And I said, "Yeah, right." And yeah, you got guys that are actively trying to transition over, man. So it's been cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. I think if you got the NFL fan base and the MMA fan base together, something like that would be cool. And I watched a fight with Le'Veon Bell and JMX, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then there were some rumors that Lev Bell was going to fight Logan Paul, and I was like, Logan does not want to fight Le'Veon Bell. No.
And truthfully, man, so Le'Veon's been hitting me up to go spar and train with him and work with him. I just any one of these guys that transition over and put that time and effort in, because it's tough, man. Like leaving one sport, going to the next, and learning how to adjust your body to different kind of training, man. Like those muscles and stuff in the ring and cage don't matter. Yeah. So, big respect for Le'Veon for what he's been doing.
He's doing good too.
Quick question here. We talked about what Natron Means.
Yeah.
Talked about his Super Bowl season that he had. What made that team get to the Super Bowl? Mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Dogs of teams, man. They were killing it.
Yeah.
You guys were killing it. I was a season ticket holder during that time. Man, 56 lights out, just knocking people out. Love it.
Yeah.
What made your teams tick during that time?
I think the mentality, man. Obviously, we're extremely talented, but the mentality we had, like we weren't just trying to beat people or win. We were trying to dominate everybody. And it was at a point, man, that sometimes our practices were more challenging than the games, man, because I'm seeing Marcus McNeil every day, right? So by the time I get to the games, I'm like, I've seen Big Mac all week. And so I don't care who this tackle is in front of me, you're not better than him, right? And then you got Antonio Gates and Chris Dillman and Nick Harwick, Lorenzo Neal, and every day. And then, by the way, if LT not taking all the reps today, guess who comes in? Darren Sproles, right? Or Michael Turner. So you don't have one of those days. You got to go out and compete. So by the time we got to the games, we were so prepared because we challenged each other during the week.
Talent breeds more talent, makes you better. Iron sharpens iron, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think one more question then, and I'll let you get back to everyone else. So NFL draft is coming up. 5th overall pick for the Chargers. What's your take on this? Should the Chargers take maybe an edge for this draft?
I think, look, if you got one like Neighbors or the tight end from Georgia.
Bowers.
Neighbors, if you got Bowers, right? If you take one of those two.
Yeah.
I think that they can find a free agent pass rusher.
Yeah.
Instead of having it at that 5 pick, right? Because you got Justin Herbert there. They need to address the offensive line, the defensive line a little bit. You should be able to get that later on in the first, maybe early second, big offensive lineman or interior D lineman. But you got to take one of those young guys that come in. I mean, Keenan is still performing at a high level, but, he probably only going to play a couple more years or so. You don't know what's going to happen with Mike Williams.
Right.
So I would say, you go with the young talent at the skill position and to find a way to get yourselves in second or third round in a draft, offensive defense lineman.
Yeah,
No doubt, for sure.
I got one more.
Okay.
I'm constantly getting messed with by the Usos. You know what I'm talking about?
Oos Nation.
Oos Nation,
yeah.
Mike Allen, all those guys.
Yeah.
They are constantly tag teaming up on me, and I'm by myself. I got nothing. And I see them constantly doing the same thing to you, too.
Yeah.
Where they're teaming up on you.
Yeah.
We got to organize something. The first game against the Raiders, some kind of march into the stadium or something to get back at them. We got to come together.
Let's find a way, man. I'm down. I like those guys, but they come strong, man.
Yeah.
They won't leave you alone.
Yep.
So whatever y'all plan on doing, just count me in.
I'm going to find a way.
Oh, yeah.
To get an army, and we're going to march through that tailgate.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Did you?
Right.
And actually, just a quick question. Shawn.
Yeah.
Did you keep Jim Harbaugh in the building? By the way.
Oh yeah, you locked him in.
Yeah.
Did you lock him in the building?
Yep.
You might try to wrestle you out.
I had a full leg press going on the door.
Nice.
Full leg press.
Let's go.
And
Excellent.
that was awesome, man. I'm glad, not only for the Chargers, but also for Jim Harbaugh, right? They was looking to make that jump back to the NFL. I think that there couldn't have been a better situation for him,
Right.
right? If he was looking to make that jump,
Right.
he's been very vocal about Justin Hurt, what he feels about him. But he's walking in with the most talented rosters he's ever had. You know, he's won more games with less.
Yeah.
And so now he's walking in with a lot of talent, and I know he knows what to do with it.
Love it.
Excellent. All right.
Appreciate you stepping
Appreciate
into
you
this
so
Bolt
much.
Bros
You got it.
podcast.
Okay.
You got some people waiting on you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Out, my man. Let's go.
Bolt up.
Yo.
Let's go. Bolt up, baby.
I missed him, unfortunately. What a bummer, but that's cool.
Man.
Hey, but Shawn Merriman is just such a cool guy, dude. Like, so smart. It's so awesome that he's still part of the organization, and he's passionate about it. I always see him talking about it.
Always.
Constantly.
And I love seeing that, man. I mean, the guy had some phenomenal years with the Chargers. Winner Marty Schottenheimer and just lighting dudes up, man. I mean, I have his jersey at my house and everything too. And just, gosh, what an era of Chargers football. You got Bull Man.
Guys, I wish you guys were all here, man. Like, the energy here is amazing, folks.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
it's incredible. It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing, guys. And bottom line, man, Chargers fans are here and they are excited. I mean, to me, it's this whole drive out here from Arizona was just absolutely worth it, man. I would have been pretty bummed to not be here. So I was glad that we were able to do it.
Yeah.
So we drove through a haboob for everybody.
The
It's a haboob, yeah.
The
What?
haboob.
It looked like Dune out there. We thought sandworms were going to attack us.
that's
Big old
okay.
sandstorm, and then
Yeah.
it became rain. It was kind of wild all around. So very, very cool, guys. So
Well, hopefully we get Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates is over there, so we're going to try and get him on. How long have we been going for, Kyle?
Now 3 hours. and
3 hours.
Almost 4 hours now.
and for the record, I haven't left my seat at all. So
There we go.
I've been a ride or die
That's
this
right.
entire time. So
How's your butt feeling?
a little numb.
Little numb.
Throat's getting a little harsh.
That's right.
Well, I'm not going to rub it for you. I just want you to know that. That ain't
Don't
happening.
rub my butt, please.
That ain't going to happen. That ain't
Do
going to happen.
not do it. Do not do it. Thank you.
No, but guys, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Oh, here we go. Want to bring you back?
Oh yeah.
Here you go.
All right, we'll bring Mike
Here's
back.
one of our. Here's our. It's about to be up. Here we go. So we got our. Bolt. we got NFL Mike back here, man.
NFL Mike, we got
Step Bro.
Step
Is it
Bro.
Step Bro?
Step Bro.
Step Bro?
To be honest,
What do you like better, the Bolt Step Bro or the Bolt Bro-in-law
Bro.
or the
Step
Bolt
Bro.
brother
I
from
like the
another
Step Bro.
mother?
I kind of feel like, in a sense, that the idea of Bolt Bros is like, hey, we're all bros together, right?
Yeah, exactly
But we're
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are actually.
Actually, brothers.
So-
I kind of look at it as like all
bigger
of us
thing-
as bros, you know?
Bigger thing, it works because it's the Bolt fam, you know? Like,
Yeah,
that's true,
yeah,
that's true,
right,
that's true.
right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but I mean, if you want to be a step bro, you could. I mean, either which
Step
way, you know.
bro.
We're
I'm saying brother from another mother.
brother from
I like
another
that.
mother.
Bolt brother from another
I
mother.
love that. I love that. I love that.
But I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to talk to Shawn Merriman too.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
something I probably wouldn't thought I'd ever do growing up. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's
overall, it's been a lot of fun.
This whole thing podcast today was a Make-A-Wish thing for Andrew. So because Shawn Merriman was his his man crush, as a child. So yeah.
No, but Shawn Merriman is the man. Dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The one guy I wish would have been here was LT.
Yeah. Oh, that
God,
would have been crazy.
I met LT twice
Yeah.
with James.
Yeah.
And man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way, Natron Means was incredible.
Yeah.
We're just giving our final wrap thoughts up
Okay,
here.
so James, actually,
Man.
you did break your streak. You did have to.
I finally broke my streak. It
Yeah.
was been 3.5 hours
Yep.
sitting in this chair. I'm kind
didn't
of
move?
unsure.
No, you
yeah.
didn't move that time.
My legs are numb.
Yeah, I was gonna
A
say
little bit.
my hips were like super tight when I
hips
got them. I was
are,
like,
yeah,
man,
I gotta
like,
get-
am bad.
I gotta go to that stretch place, get
I'm like,
stretched
old as
out.
hell.
You know?
I'm
Yep.
dying.
Checking your toes.
Yeah,
Man,
they all
I
still
I
there.
know, little numb feeling here.
can't
But,
feel my ass.
man, so you guys already gave your last thoughts here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike did.
Mike?
Yeah, so
Well, I kind of did.
you kind of did. Yeah. So,
Well, a little bit.
Well,
Well,
I'll say this, man. Look, I'm actually 100% happy that you guys finally decided to show up. Like,
Whoa!
y'all.
Oh, he's calling us out.
Yeah, man, I'm calling.
he's
you guys
calling us out. He's calling us out.
Oh,
man.
dang.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, hey, what's up?
Ventura County,
Yeah, man.
let's
Hey,
go!
hey,
What's up? I heard Bolt Club in the house.
Bolt up.
Bolt up, baby.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I was totally willing to do this by myself, but I mean, I know it was always going to be way better if you guys did show up, and you guys did, and that's really
we came through.
You came through. All right, I'm super happy about that, and this was amazing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been talking with Charger Bolt fam to put this thing together for months now, and it's been great. I've been pushing it out, and I knew it was going to be an awesome time. So I'm just glad that I was able to connect with NFL Mike as
absolutely.
well.
100%.
Finally, for the
I'll be on
first, like, we were trying
Step
all
bro.
season as well, like to kind of link up or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, obviously during the
Bad
season,
luck.
it's just hard. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we got to get together a lot more because we got to break that streak, because last year we,
Should have, like,
we sucked so bad.
A monthly family reunion. Like,
Oh, I like that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bolt
I like
fam
that.
Let's
reunion.
go.
I like
Dude,
that.
The
great.
Bolt cousins
I'm in.
back.
The cousin.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So
But, final thoughts, obviously, once again, I mean, Andrew and I were kind of a little indecisive, and then we said, all right, let's just go, dude.
Yeah, we gotta
so
make it
we
happen.
took off, and it's been great, man. I mean, the thing is, though, we do this podcast because we love being a part of I wouldn't say that we wanted to be a part of the culture, but we just love to be involved with the culture more or less. Like this whole thing of like meeting up with players and let's
Burrito
go.
time, burrito
Oh,
time.
Burrito time.
It's almost
Burrito
burrito
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, we get to meet guys like NFL Mike. We get to meet basically, Charger Warrior. We got to meet players from different eras
Yeah.
and everything too.
Yep.
Like Natron Means was a guy that like I was like as a kid, like this dude is the man.
Yeah,
My
right.
first NFL jersey. I just met that dude. And I had a great time. Well, we might have some short rib burritos with him here
Oh, yeah.
shortly.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna make that happen.
We're like kind of engrossed in like this whole culture that I've seen as a little kid that I'm like, holy smokes, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real. Shawn Merriman over here.
You're
unbelievable.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you're
Oh,
welcome.
man, this guy's taking
Yeah.
all the credit
That's
here.
right. That's right. I am.
This
Yeah,
guy's
this guy's taking
walk
all
around.
the credit here.
Yeah. Okay.
Flip the beard hair. Flip
Yeah,
the
yeah,
beard
yeah,
hair.
there,
Man,
there,
You're
there,
welcome.
there.
Jeez
Oh
Louise,
my
man.
gosh, what are
I'll
we
be here all
dealing
week.
with? What are we dealing with here?
Oh
What are
my
we dealing
gosh.
with? Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
Okay, here we go.
But bottom line, we do this for the fans, guys. We do this to help the culture out. And,
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we were able to be here, man.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
And here with
Yeah.
my bros, my step bros now.
That's right, bros, step bros, and
right.
step
Bro,
sisters.
brother from another mother over
Yeah,
here.
both sisters,
NFL
too.
Mike, let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Because we all brothers in the Bolt fam.
There you
That's
go.
right.
And,
Amen to that,
and
dude.
sisters.
Amen to that.
You can't
And
leave those
sisters.
out. Shout out to the Brisket Broads.
Yeah,
Take
brisket
about
brothers.
10
Shout
seconds.
out.
Yeah. It's time to end it, guys.
Yeah.
It's time to end it.
We're about
getting-
4
we're getting
hours.
dirty.
We're about 4
Hey.
hours almost.
Oh, my God.
I'm ready to go another
You got
4
more to
hours,
say.
guys. Yeah.
Somebody did said if you do start training with Ben Herbert, you can go a full 5 hours. So,
That's right.
boy, hey, woo!
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
We only,
I don't-
we only need one more hour.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze
Oh
it.
my.
Now we good. We good.
Now we're
ready
Herbert,
to go.
Ben, if you're watching this, just know I can help you on social media with selling that workout program.
No
sell
doubt,
it.
dude.
We
No
can sell
doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Before and after photos, all that
Let's
stuff.
go.
All that stuff.
Okay.
All right,
Alrighty,
guys.
All right, guys.
Let's check on out of here,
Let's check
guys.
on
So
outta
once
here.
again, guys, James from Bolt Bros Plus, NFL Mike,
NFL Mike,
we are here.
What's up?
bolts
So
up.
let's get out of here,
Bolt
boys.
Bros.
Bolt out.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's
Go.